well. That's 2 more gold guns. Actually 3. The M16 is gold now as well. Let me get some good lighting. Let me get away from it. Okay. Alright. This is the 545. Finally got a gold. It's looking mint as ever. You know, of course it's an AK in gold. So of course it's gonna look unbelievably fucking tough. And alongside it, I got the 74U gold as well. This is now also gold. Now, the 74U and the 545 are literally the exact same gun. They're the exact same. To take a little bit of a different approach with this video, I'm gonna switch to this now. The next gun is the AUG. I wanted to do a little bit of a different video. I'm gonna rank the maps based on how I've enjoyed them so far. So, you know, I feel like after playing this game a lot, I can give a good opinion on how the maps feel. So I'm gonna just start out with my favorite map in the entire game, Embassy. It is a map based at an embassy, and it is like a 3-lane map, but also not a 3-lane map. It's like 3 lanes, but also 4. Like it has interlanes, like every normal map, but it has like lanes that split off into. It's a whole thing. It's a 3-dimensional map as well, so it has, you know, upper floors and lower floors. Good lighting, of course, and it has good long shot spots and close quarter spots. So it's easily my favorite map in the game. It flows nice. Guns feel well on it. It doesn't feel overcrowded, but it also doesn't feel too small like some other maps. And it actually makes sense, unlike some other maps that I will talk about later. Next map I'm going to talk about is Farm 18, which is a solid B for me. If you remember Farm 18, it was from the beta. It was one of the 3 or 4 maps you could play in the beta. The second best map that was out at the time, behind Mercado, which we'll also talk about later. I'll give it a B, as stated previously, simply because, like, it... Actually, no, I'll change it to an A. It's a really simple 3-lane map. Like, it has 3 distinct lanes. It's not as 3-dimensional as Embassy, but it still, you know, has upper and lowers, which is always appreciated. I feel like most maps in this game are 3-dimensional. You know, they go up and down equally. So, yeah. That's all I can really say about Mercado. It's really simple. It sticks to the COD formula really well. Alright, the next map I'm going to talk about is my second favorite map in the game, Zarqwa Hydroelectric. Now I like the map not only because it has water, which means, you know, you get to use the swimming mechanics, which actually creates different lanes. It actually creates its own full-blown lanes, like just completely aside from the single lane ones. It also just feels really open. It's like, it's a big map, but there's never a moment where you aren't really in action. That's how I can put it, where you aren't really in action. You are always in action on Hydroelectric, or Zarqwa. I'm gonna call it Zarqwa, or Hydro, I don't know. Hydro. It's just a really good map overall, so I'll give it an A. After going from my second favorite map, let's go to my least favorite map. Santa Senya. It's the one that, if you remember in the first video with, you know, all the cars and shit. That map, I've played it a couple times, and I've played it enough times to know that it is the worst map I've played in any Call of Duty game that I've played, at least over the past 2 years, over 3 games. It is the worst Call of Duty map I have seen in that entire, like, span. It has no lanes, too much cars, so you have to jump everywhere just to get a vantage point. There's a long tunnel on the side of the map that has absolutely no exit points apart from 3, just 3, and they're all massive choke points. So if you're in that tunnel, you die. And all it does is go across the map, so it could be used as, you know, quick access, but it isn't that useful, because, you know, the other team is always gonna have a guy camping that tunnel with a SPR or fucking what's the other sniper called? I forgot. MCPR, something like that. He's always gonna be using one of those to just camp that long side angle prone with the, you know, longest barrel and a bipod because he doesn't know how to rush because he's a shitter. Yeah, you're always gonna have that guy there on that part of the map. Oh, you got shit on, by the way. So Santa Senya can go fuck himself. Tarok, as you can see, is a part of the Warzone map, actually, is what they confirmed. And I give it a D. Because if you can't tell, playing this map is like being in like a real world war. And I don't want that. Like, I don't want to traverse in broken buildings all over the place. Save that for Warzone. I'm playing 6v6 right now. I want to have action. I don't want to have, you know, this shit. I don't want to... Okay. What? How are you not passed away? I mean, it's an okay map, but it's just, it's too big. I have to say that first. The map is too big, and there's too many built, like, look, just in this one span alone, there's like, wow, okay. Just in this one side alone, 1, 2, 3, they're all abandoned, 4, 5, 6 over there. And then in the middle capture point for domination, you can't cap that flag. It is impossible. It is in the exact middle of 3 buildings around it that are higher. It's like the capture point in Shipment in Modern Warfare 2019. If you played Shipment in Modern Warfare 2019, that is exactly what I guess that domination flag, like, it is horrible. So this map does have its good parts. I will admit, when you do get in these close quarters combat fights, you can get some point blank kills for challenges, which is, you know, nice. But apart from that, this map is pretty irrelevant in my eyes. Next map is Crown Raceway, the racetrack, basically. Everybody says it's the best map in the game. They say they like it the most. Personally, I'm okay. I'm not the biggest fan of the map. I enjoy it. I give it a B personally. Like, it's an enjoyable map. It's just not my favorite. You know, it's just really not my favorite map. Like, it's nice, but you know, not what I really like. Like, that's all I can really say about it. I don't really have much to say about it. Good sight lines, I guess. The garage area is always nice to fight in when you need mounted kills. But apart from that, it's a pretty average map in my eyes. Remember, this is all opinion. All opinion. Somebody might love the Santa Senya map, and that person is probably mentally ill, but they might like it. To each their own. So, like, I'm no judging. No judging. The next map is Breenberg Hotel, which was one of the other beta maps. It's definitely the worst out of the maps, out of the 3 maps that was there. I think the other map was... What was the third map? I forgot. Was it Museum? I think it was the Museum. I think it was the Museum. Not that important. It was definitely worse than Mercado. It was a lot bigger, so, you know, less action, and also it just wasn't that special. Like, it had sight lines. It was one of the most vertical maps in the game, but, like, apart from that, it was really average. There's nothing really that stuck out about it. Like, with all these other maps in the game, something sticks out about them. Like, one of them is a hydro plant, which makes no sense, where you can swim, which is, you know, big for Call of Duty. Another one, like, embassy. You're playing at an embassy, which was, you know, important in Modern Warfare 2019. Finally, the final map that I'm gonna rank is Al Bagra Fortress, and it is the most boring map in the game. It has verticality, and that's all it's really got going for it, really. It's a pretty boring map overall. It has a dungeon, which is cool, but it doesn't really serve that much gameplay purpose unless there's a hard point there. And even still, that hard point is practically impossible to defend. So it's just not a unique map. It's just really average. I'm not saying it's bad. There's a reason it's C, but, like, it's just really boring to play on. And it also has that issue of power positions. There's 2 windows that look over the main middle trench with quotes, trench. And it's just, it really just That's really the only way I can describe it. It's just so boring it could make me fall asleep. Like, just straight up. They need to tweak some of the maps in this game. But overall, I'd say I actually knocked it out the park with some of them. I think this is the best roster of maps they've had. At the, like, not in terms of, you know, actual quantity, but quality of maps. This is definitely up there. This is great maps. So overall, I think that averages out to like a B, I think. Something like that for my notes. It looks like a B. So, you know, overall, oh shit. I got blown up. Fuck. Overall, good job, Call of Duty, on most of the maps. Not Santa Senya, though. You gotta get rid of that, please.